Something shifted in the last 18 months, and most people haven't caught up with it yet. Companies that fired their writers and handed it all to AI, 55% of them now deeply regret it. They're scrambling to find people who can do what no algorithm can. If you've ever wondered whether there's still a real future in copywriting, I want to talk to you today. Maybe you've been watching AI take over, ChatGPT here, Claude there, Gemini, all of the things, and thinking, is there still a place for me? Maybe you've tried a course, got a bunch of templates, sat down to write, and froze. Maybe you've always known you have something to say, you just don't know how to say it in a way that makes people want to buy. If any of that sounds familiar, stay with me, because what I'm about to share changes the picture completely. I'm going to tell you why this matters right now. The internet is drowning in synthetic robotic content. You may have heard it called AI slop. AI generated copy that all sounds the same and is so obvious. And buyers aren't just ignoring it, they're developing an immunity to it. Forrester research says 55% of employers now regret replacing human writers with AI. 32% of hiring managers are rehiring for the exact same roles they eliminated. Roles that once paid $55,000 a year are now commanding $75,000 a year because they need hybrid humans, people who think and use AI. Now, I'm not talking about going out and applying for a job at an agency, but just to see what is actually happening. I think this is helpful because this is not a trend. This is a structural shift. The door is open now. My name is Tina Lorenz. I discovered copywriting when I was already past 50, had no degree. I've been on my own since I was 17, literally was homeless in my 40s, and I had no marketing background and I'd never been paid to write anything for anybody. I didn't even know what copywriting was until I read an article about it, and I just kind of lit up, and I made a decision right then. This was what I was going to become. My very first year, I did $500,000. Second year, same. Eventually, I was paid as much as $100,000 for a single project. Now, I am not saying that's what anyone else is going to do. I think I was really unusual and very blessed in this situation, and certainly was shocking to me. But what I want you to understand is what is possible might be far beyond what you've imagined right this minute. I've been online for more than 21 years. I've worked with and written for people like Gary Bencivenga, Frank Kern, Myron Golden, Montel Williams, Denise Duffel Thomas, Denise DT, and many, many more, some that want to stay under the radar. Last year, my long private cohort with me was $30,000. And I haven't coached in authentic copy in years. When I first started, I did coaching every single week for at least 2 years. I never missed a week. And I just went on to bigger projects and the coaching went by the wayside. Well, all that changes right now because the timing is exactly right. And timing really is everything. It's kind of like in real estate when they say location, location, location. Well, in this case, it's timing, timing, timing. Now, here's what I see over and over again. People get caught in what I call the short order copywriting trap. You get a course, you get templates, sit down to write, freeze, really don't know what to do. Maybe they get an inquiry, have no idea how to speak with a potential client, how to position themselves as something beyond a commodity, because nobody taught them these other strategies, these nuances. Nobody taught them how to position themselves and create a viable business. Nobody taught them how to charge their worth or how to get paid in advance, which is something I've done right from the beginning. Again, I call that short order copywriting. It's like a diner. Okay, I'll have a hamburger, hold onions, fries on the side. I'd like some extra ketchup. It's fast, it's cheap, it's done. And commodities like that compete on price, not on quality, not on the uniqueness of it. And that's not what I teach. Strategic consultants lead the conversation. When you understand the strategy, not just the words, but the marketing strategy, the psychology of it, People like that, strategic consultants, bring ideas the client never thought of. They see the gaps because the worst client a person ever will have is the one looking at them in the mirror. People are too close to what they're doing. They can't see it. And they need another set of eyes, another brain, another strategic soul to be able to do that. And the people that can do that, they charge accordingly. In 2026, 25% of the role is writing the words, but a solid 75% is the strategy, the consulting, the thinking, the advising, the leading. That 75% is what I teach. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm opening a year-long cohort, not just a course, an experience, an interactive, someplace you're going to meet up with me on a very regular basis. There's 9 complete modules for authentic copy. We cover opt-ins, we cover the sales pages, we cover emails. I'm going to teach you about bullets and patterns and blog writing, funnels, what they are, how that works, the full sales letter anatomy. How does it all flow together? When I first started, I didn't know a thing except a little bit about one of those long sales letters, and I was pretty lost when I first started. And quite frankly, I started with the hardest thing. There's a lot of other things that you could start doing faster and easier, especially now. All of this is available to you on day 1, but there won't be overwhelm because I'm going to guide you through that process. We're going to have weekly Tuesday coaching calls with me, with Q&A, with additional coaching on mindset, on approaching your clients in a way that is from a place of power, about your real work, your real clients, your real questions. Here's the thing. I can be your stealth mentor. If you have a client or you get your first client, or whether you have other clients already, bring that copy to the Q&A. I will help you with that. I will critique it for you with live copy critiques, your words, my eyes, my brain, all put together. This is where everything accelerates. And by the way, your clients will have no idea that's what you're doing. They'll think it all came from your brilliance all by yourself. We're also going to build in AI training. I'm going to show you the shortcuts, the strategies, ways to use ChatGPT in ways you may not have thought of that go way beyond a simple prompt, and how to make it sound like you or your client if you're writing for a client. You lead, AI follows. Always. Same with your client. You lead. I'm also going to have weekly freelance job listings. We'll have the Authentic Copy job board. Real businesses who are seeking human writers right now today. I'm going to update that on a weekly basis, so you can keep an eye on that. And maybe you're going to get your first gig from that, or maybe you're going to get an additional one if you're already writing copy. I want to make it clear that this is for you, whether you want to write copy for clients or you want to write copy for yourself, or a combination of both. It fits for any of these things. Now, maybe you're wondering, what can you realistically charge? There's so many people that are in a race to the bottom. And these are real numbers. I've been online for over 21 years. I know exactly what is relevant and real when it comes to what you can be charging. And sometimes the mindset shift has to go with that to get there. For example, a sales page, a sales letter, anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000 and beyond. As I said, I've been paid as much as $100,000, and was very typical that I would be getting paid anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 for something like a sales page. But $2,000 to $15,000, very realistic. Email sequences. Everybody needs email. Now we're talking about a sequence of 5 to 7, 8, maybe more of emails that go in a particular order, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 for a sequence. I've been paid as much as $2,500 to write one email. Landing pages. That's the page that you arrive on the website. Maybe you're going to have an opt-in, that type of thing. Up to $7,500, very typical, so anywhere in that range. These are current market rates, and if anything, they may be a little on the conservative side. For writers who position as strategists, not short order copywriters. So here's what happens when you decide to join today. You click the link below this video. I made it pink so you can't miss it. You'll go on through to the payment page, you'll get set up, and you'll get a thank you page. Now, if you do need a payment plan, one of the options you can choose on that payment page is PayPal. And PayPal has a number of ways that a person can pay now, in 3 or 4 payments over a longer period of time with PayPal credit, with Klarna, a lot of different ways. So take a look at that if you're looking for a payment plan. As I said, you're going to see a thank you page. And then within 24 hours, you're going to get a personal email from me, literally written to you from me, with a link to book your 30-minute kickoff call. Because for the first 15 people, the founders of Authentic Copywriting School, I'm going to do a 30-minute call just to get focused on where you are, where you want to go, what do you want to focus on, because we're going to open the school on July 1st. We'll have plenty of time before then. And how to maximize this year together. Let me get to know you a little bit more so that we can really work together over the course of this next year. Doesn't mean it's going to take a year to get started. It means with a year, you're going to be fully developed and confident with what you can do with writing copy and the strategy that goes with it. Just that one thing alone, that 30 minutes with me, it's at the minimum a $750 value. People have paid thousands of dollars to have these types of consultations with me. And this is only for the first 15 founders. After that, no more one-on-one calls with me. Now, where do you think you can go with this? Let's just look down the road. Let's just say 6 months from now. You've got a client, maybe 2, maybe more. You're writing copy you're actually proud of, that sounds like you, that converts. If it's for the client, it sounds like them, but with your style. You're not guessing anymore. You have a framework, you have a process, but best of all, you have a mentor who has seen every version of this, literally walk the walk, not just talk the talk, and didn't just come onto the scene a couple years ago. You're the expert in the room when you talk to your client. You're asking the strategic questions. You're going deeper beyond the obvious. You're not just sending them a questionnaire. You're getting paid for thinking, not just writing. You're not just a keyboard warrior. Why now? Now, because I'm opening 15 founder member spots at $997 for the entire year. I have never done this. I have to tell you right now, I've never done this at this kind of a price point. After the first 15, the pricing will go to at least $1,497. We're going to start on July 1st. But remember, you're going to get a kickoff call before that, one-on-one with me. Now, I've coached routinely at the $30,000 level for 1 year with me. And that is the level of care you're going to get in Authentic Copy 6-Figure Copywriting School for just $997. And you can make that back with one project. I'll show you how you do that, because the timing is right. And I want the right people in the room, people that are really motivated, people that are excited to get moving, people that are going to participate and show up and not just hang out in the shadows. If you've been waiting for a sign of what should I do next? How do I get through this time of my life, this time in the world? Well, this is probably it. The link is below the video. Can't miss it. It's pink. Go to the page, read everything there. If it feels right, claim your spot. I'll send you a personal email within 24 hours with your kickoff call link. You can schedule a time that works for both of us. And I'll see you on the other side. I am Tina Lorenz. I've been online for over 21 years. I discovered copywriting when I was already past 50. No background, no degree, 500,000 my first year. My mission, help you find your voice, build your skill, and get paid for it. I'll see you on the inside.